The decision to abort a fetus is not an easy one for anyone. When people make the decision to abort a pregnancy, it is simply because they are considering either health or financial reasons. So it is always important to note that people need to make their own decision themselves. No one should be forced to have a child that they cannot afford to raise. Now, with the inflation very high and the prediction that the world economy will go into recession next year, I am afraid, compounded by the Ukrainian war caused by Russia, a lot of countries in Africa will not get the adequate supply of wheat. So a lot of children are likely going to die of malnutrition. So these are the reasons why people need to cut their coat according to their fabric. That is, cut the number of children to the amount that they can reasonably raise. Why is it that in most rich nations, people have to be encouraged or given incentive for them to have more than 2 children? Whereas in poor countries, people just bear children like nobody's business, which comes from a very stupid and foolish ideology that says that God gives you children and God will help you raise the children, help you feed the children. God does not feed children. And that is why children die of malnutrition and of diseases in several parts of the world, particularly in poor countries. People believe foolishly that they can have as many children as they can, whereas they cannot afford to educate or raise more than a certain number of children. So if you can afford to raise 2 children, which means if there is something going on in the country, and you need to grab the 2 children and your partner and get away to safety, it's easier. But when you have 6, 7 children, or maybe have 2 wives, then how do you move them? How do you move everybody to safety? That is why you find that mostly a lot of people die. Innocent people die in poor countries because they are so entrenched and so incapable of moving around. So I think it makes sense for people to have proper family planning, at least not just for themselves, but for the sake of the children, so that the children will grow up in good, decent condition. Thank you.